April Adversary and Brilliant Event information, plus an exciting update on the 1920s family.
Have you seen my job?
Welcome, magical people. Okay, this is the major spoilery type corner, hence the Resist logo. So yes, we got to dive into things which are not released yet and are very exciting. So I can actually beat the NDA group on this one, and we can go into April's events, which is quite exciting, but not as exciting as the 1920s family, which is coming soon. TM. So thanks below for the information in advance. This is quite exciting stuff. So April's brilliant event is called A Weasley Predicament. That features 2 pages, the Brilliant Weasley's Wizard Wheezes in week 1, and the Brilliant Burrow Kitchen in week 2. Some of the foundables we have in no particular order, but I am guessing the first 4 are the wild ones. A Brilliant Proprietor Fred Weasley, Brilliant Proprietor George Weasley, Brilliant Puking Pastels Display, so that's Expecto Goes James's favourite, and the Brilliant Weasley Clock. I'm guessing those are the wild ones just because they've got the word brilliant in front of them and they actually have equivalents in the wild. We also have Arthur Weasley, the Gnome, a Love Potion Stand, Molly Weasley, Peruvian Instant Darkness Powder Display. That'd be quite a cool one. And a Self-Knitting Jumper. Also, as part of that, you get a ministry ID titled Called Part of the Family. Some of the tasks, we don't have them all, but a few of them are floating around. We have collect amount of mysterious note pieces by returning a brilliant Arthur Weasley predicament traces. Cast amount of good Ebublio. Cast amount of great Ebublio. Cast amount of masterful Bublio. Cast amount of good Flipendo. Cast amount of great Flipendo. Cast amount of masterful Flipendo. Return amount of foundables from gnome encounters. And collect amount of brilliant Arthur Weasley predicament runestones. Now I thought we got rid of the spell type, the cast masterfuls and stuff like that, but maybe not. I'm kind of hoping, well, this is kind of like early access data, so it may change. Hopefully it does. Put it that way. We also have an adversary event coming. It seems to be a Dragon's triple bill. So there are 3 dragon pages. And this event is actually going to have the Norwegian Ridgeback, Hungarian Horntail, and Ukrainian Ironbelly. That's all 3 of those pages are going to be boosted at the same time by the look of it. Some of those tasks are return amount of alchemy foundables from dark chambers, defeat amount of ancient dragons, and return amount of dragon egg foundables from portmanteaus. A little bit worried about making people do dark chambers. Not everyone's on the same level. But then adversaries, you have to be at least level 11. So, maybe. I can't remember what chamber I was up to at level 11. But there you go. So it looks quite exciting. 3 pages in one go. Very useful. I say still not the lethal adversaries yet, but, well, with the dragons, pretty much there. And finally, an update on our 1920s page. It looks like there's a change in the mechanics. So the 1920s page is a new main registry page coming, except it doesn't work anything like the main fragments. It doesn't work anything like oddities either. So it looks like originally it was locked behind events. So the original blurb for the description was Wizarding World 1920 traces appear during events in the Wizarding World. But this has been changed to 1920s Wizarding World encounters are exclusive to 1920s Portkey portmanteaus and cannot be found on the map. Unlock 1920s Portkey portmanteaus to access them. We still have no idea of what these special portkeys are like and how they'll be available. As in, will they only spawn during events or will they spawn normally? Where it says 1920s Wizarding World encounters exclusive to 1920s Portkey portmanteaus and cannot be found on the map, that means I think it means the actual foundables themselves, not the Portkey portmanteaus. So yeah, that is open for debate. I kind of hope they're freely spawning in the wild. I hope they don't gate them behind events, because that'd be annoying. We might be sitting around forever like we do with lethal adversaries. To look into this in a little more detail, there are 3 sets of text in relation to the portkeys. So, like regular portkeys, 1920s Portkey portmanteaus can be unlocked using keys. Once opened, however, they will reward you with an exclusive 1920s Wizarding World encounter in addition to other valuable rewards. Another description is, you found a 1920s Portkey portmanteau. These special portkeys will transport you into a 1920s Wizarding World encounter. These encounters can only be accessed via 1920s Wizarding World Portkeys, so keep your eyes out for more. We've got 2 more to go. Your 1920s Wizarding World Portkey is ready to use. Activate it for the opportunity to return 1920s Wizarding World Fandables and complete the 1920s Wizarding World registry page. And then finally, ready your wand and tap the portkey to travel. There's also a couple of descriptions for the confoundables. Now, a confoundable is the thing holding the foundable. So, for example, the Weasley clock is the foundable and the gnomes are the confoundable. You have to beat the gnomes to get the clock. Anyway, so these 2 descriptions, gnome foundables are guarding Newt's suitcase. And the second one is pixie confoundables are guarding Newt's suitcase. So, what can we try and guess? So it looks like the portkeys will take us to an encounter much like an encounter on the map, except it's a portkey location. So what I'm really hoping it's going to be, is it going to be a full-blown AR location, like Weasley's Wizard Wheezes or one of the other AR locations, but also actually have a battle inside that location as well. So like a breed between the 2. So could we, for example, be battling pixies, which are guarding Newt's suitcase, and will we actually be in the Circus Arcanus-like portkey type thing, like a full immersion kind of thing? Turn your phone around and you can actually see the pixies. Will we have to tap on them or something? Try and chase them around a little bit. So I'm kind of hoping for something pretty cool like that, quite immersive, which would be quite nifty. What we do know about the encounter is that you will not get the reward if you back out. So it's not like a normal portkey where you can just tap one and come out, because you get a warning, and this warning says if you abandon this encounter now, you will not be able to return. Are you sure you want to leave? So that's it. 1920s, really exciting mechanic. We have a brilliant event around the Weasleys, and we have adversary events around the dragons. So it looks to be a jolly good April. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. What could it be like, especially with the 1920s portkeys? Sounds very exciting. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at the Zealman for all the latest news as and when it happens. There's the Taskforce Times.news for like quick reference guides. So that's like almost kind of like Orange Wizard stuff, but on a permanent link, and always show you the same thing. So it's mobile friendly, so it's easy to read on a phone, and it's a one link, and it's always going to be up to date. So that's quite groovy. Also Instagram for AR picture stuff when I actually get outside to actually play them, take them. And that's about it, really. So brush up on your spells, get your ones ready.